Yo, I don't know what I just did.
Okay, I still show waiting on my end, but I will keep waiting.
It still says waiting here too.
It says we're live.
Close out of it and see if
Looks like 171 people are
Oh,
here.
there you are.
Okay. Looks like 171 people are here.
There you are.
Okay.
All right, cool. We're echoing.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, but
I just got a text. We're live.
yay.
All right. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I'm Roger. What we're going to do today is go through our tryout packet, and I have a big group of frequently asked questions that I've come up with, and I'm sure that as we go through the tryout packet, there will be some questions, and you can send them over here in the chat, and Emily and Allie will be able to help me answer the questions as we're going through. So go ahead and get started right away. And how do I share the screen?
Do you see an arrow?
No.
Right here.
Oh, there. 1 second. I'm not very technically sound, so we're going to have the other folks that can do that. All right. Okay. So we're going to go through the tryout packet, and I'm going to touch on the high points. So this is the cover. Then here is the table of contents with everything that we're going to go through here. So this is our 24th year, and we have the gold standard as our theme for this season. So there's going to be a little gold line around a lot of our things and logos that you'll see throughout the course of the year. So athlete safety, all of our, let me back up, all of our teams will consist of ages 5+, ranging in skill levels from 1 to 6. And we base them off of ages, stunts, jumps, tumbling skills, so forth. We are athlete safety. All of our coaches are background checked, trained through the USASF, concussion trained, all of that type of stuff. There's a hotline number there for you to call in case there is something that you feel is not right, and that is taken care of by a third party that doesn't deal with, it's not done with the gym. We'll go to 5 to 7 competitions a year. We will release the competition schedule in June, and travel is not included in the cost of our tuition. So that's the high of the competition page there. Practice time, we practice over the summer 2 days a week. That'll be a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday. Once school starts, which is if you are not from the Atlanta area, we start around August 1st. Once school starts, if you're on a Worlds team or a level 5 team, we will add Sundays. If you are on a level 1 through 4, you will drop the 1 weekday practice and add Sunday. So it'd be Sunday and either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. It's important to be at practice. We only have so many throughout the course of the year. And if you miss practice, there's actually a lot that you'll miss during that one practice. So we have an absence request form. You can click on it there, and it will get sent to the coaches and the team rep of that team, and then they will let you know if that request is approved. We limit the number of practices that you can miss over the summer and throughout the season, but we would really like to have all of the absences. So if you know that you're going on the Thanksgiving cruise with the grandparents, have that submitted by June 1st, that type of stuff. So there's that. Communication, scrolling down to this next page, we try to have as much communication as we can here to make sure everybody knows what's going on. So if you, there's the chain of command as far as communication, and you can talk to your coaches or anyone here about anything, just please do it at the correct time. Staying up to date on your emails and the GroupMe is super important. So we want to make sure that you have those things handy and you're checking them. So if you have 4 email addresses and you leave the cheerleading email to the one that's you never check, you'll miss a lot of stuff. Big section on attendance. We need them at practice. There's a whole bunch of stuff here, but we need them at practice and we need them at practice on time. That's the bottom line. We do have a lot of folks, and I actually grew up in a home that was like this, where my parents were divorced, and it's super important that both parents, if that is the situation where you're in a co-parent household, that both parents are on board with what's happening here. So we've run into situations in the past where one parent was not willing to bring the child to practice on their weekends, and so they could only come every other week. Really important before you sign up that's what's taking pretty quick, and because there's a couple things that we need to spend behavior. We want people that are just good folks. There we go. Here is our 25-26 calendar. We sent this out back in the Cobb County school break or school system calendar, not everybody else. Luckily, this coming year, it seems like Metro Atlanta County same weeks for spring break, so that's helpful. But these are the tryout dates. What's going to happen with the first practice, Sunday practice? If you see down at the bottom where it has the first Sunday practice, the Stingray scrimmage, Halloween jam, Stingray fever, those are. It's not. My screen is not sharing. That's what people are saying. Oh goodness. 1 second, we're having technical difficulty. There's me. We want to stop sharing it, that's for sure.
And a black screen. Someone says that they can see the screen and the service is good for them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. Important dates of when things are going to happen. Costs. It is not cheap. However, compared to a lot of, definitely a little bit more financially doable than some of these other things that I've heard about. I guess they can't see it.
Fully black screen. Spinning sparkle, no longer here. But they can see you.
But not see me or not see the screen.
Hotspot. Screen is blank now and no sounds. I have a spinning circle and can no longer hear.
Okay. How about this? Can you see / hear me now?
Let me see if I
Oh,
can
it flashed for a second.
rescreen. Is that working now?
Is this working?
You were here and then you were gone. Back to the screen.
Oh my goodness. We just had where I was like in the bottom corner.
Share window.
Whoa.
Is that working?
Says you're back. I see the tryout information. I see Roger in the bottom corner.
Great.
Okay.
Let's make sure everyone can hear you. Yes. Yay. Okay.
All right. We're trying here for the first time. So congratulations on being a guinea pig. All right, here we go. Here is the important part on here. Tryout fee, $50 until March 31st, $75 in the month of April, and then it is $100 after starting on May 1st. And then, so there's that. Tuition does not include these situations here: the stunt camp, registration, uniform, and the coach's fee per family. Full year non-travel, that is a full year program, and we will compete in competitions, a 3-hour driving radius to Atlanta. That competition schedule will change from the one that we did this year. This year was the first year of this program. and we will absolutely be making some changes after figuring out things that worked and didn't work, days and so forth with that. Full year non-travel teams will compete in the prep divisions. So there's that. Full year elite, we've talked about that. These are the different summit times, summit workouts, tryouts. You come to the tryout that is your age and level that you want to try out. You pick one of those times. You will schedule a time slot with the office, and it'll be so I'm going to come in. I'm 14 years old. I'm trying out for level 2 team, and I'm going to come to tryouts on May 16th at 6:30. So that's the schedule. If that one's full, then the office will get you squared away with a different time. We have parent meetings throughout the year. Those may be live. They may be on Zoom or live in person on Zoom. End of season costs. So whether that is the summit, the regional summit, the youth summit, or Worlds is not included in the monthly tuition. And then team placement. If we do not feel like a kid is ready to be on a full year elite team, we will discuss them moving to full year non-travel. Worlds program. Worlds workouts, similar to the summit workouts. What it all includes, these Worlds tryout times, again, works the same way, either Monday, May 12th or Tuesday, May 13th, an appointment time. If you are new to the Stingray Allstars Marietta Worlds program, and you would like to be considered in position, there is a flyer tryout on May 8th from 8 to 9:30. We will send those results on Friday morning on May 9th. Please share those with your child. In the past, people have not shared those results with their kid, and we were not planning on them being considered as a, and then they would show up to tryouts, and then that's a tough conversation. So that's so please share those results with their kid. Not everybody that comes to World's Flyer, few people that come to the World's Flyer tryouts will be considered for a World's Flyer spot. Again, several meetings throughout the course of the year. Worlds happens in about a month from now, and will happen in about a year and a month from now for next season. And these are tryouts. Not everyone. There will definitely be cuts. Team placement. This is the basic skills and for per level. This is not a comprehensive, all-inclusive list. So there may be some things that we see your kid may have per level that is not listed here, but these are kind of the basic. This is what we're looking for next year. So unless you were born in 2006, then it's kind of on divisions that you're able to be depending on when your birthday was in 2006. Are we still being seen? All right, cool. Moving right along. We have an awesome pro shop that does an incredible job of having all sorts of team gear and everything. Here are the QR codes. You can click on that QR code right now and it won't work because it can only be ordered May 6th through the 13th. And the same thing with the summit and the full year non-travel team reveal shirts. So I think actually if you were to go on that code, it may say it will open up on a certain day. Practice wear and warm-ups. We wear a warm-up to what we will wear throughout the course of the season time. So the best thing to do is when you come in for your tryout or your team or your summit workout or your Worlds workout, that you go ahead and get fitted then, and then it's taken care of. You can use that QR code to order your practice wear. And the practice wear will arrive in July. All right. If there's some other information there about sponsorships and things like that. Registration instructions. So this are made through the parent portal on the Stingray Allstars or on the app. So make sure you've created an account. And before you do this, follow the steps. Under the bookings tab, select full year tryouts. Then you will select from full year non-travel, full year elite, summit, Worlds, etc. Choose a time slot, print and complete your tryout form, and bring that in with your bring that last page of in with the with the packet, and we please bring it in before tryouts. It does really bog down if you come in on tryout day. We will take a picture, put you on your picture on the tryout form, and then we will send it off to the coaches. So do not take your picture. Please don't put your own picture on there. We have a certain way that we take the picture, so you need to do that here. After you've enrolled and done your online registration, you can go and schedule a tryout workout that's included in your tryout fee, and they can be found on the bookings and the tryout workouts. There will be other clinics and classes and things like that, so just keep an eye out. If you are not yet part of the family Facebook, go ahead and request to join the family Facebook. Please be sure to answer the questions. We do not accept people that do not answer the questions. So if you are new to Stingrays, and you can just say, we're trying out in May, or then that will work if you're not currently on the team. So please answer the questions. If you leave them blank, we will not add you to our family Facebook, but you'll see a lot of stuff in there as well. Frequently asked questions. This is the short list of the long list that I'm what happens at tryouts. You'll come in, check in, get warmed up. The coaches will watch you do your thing, and then we'll get you a shirt and send you out. And then you get to wait until you get the email of what team you make. Any athletic wear, this is what we really like. Cheer shoes. Please have your hair pulled up in a bow, look the part. And only bring your tryout sheet and a bottle of water to the gym. And tryouts are closed, so parents, you will not be able to. What happens after tryouts? We'll send an email. Is on file. So if you have your kids' email on there that's on file, you may want to let them know, or they might find out in the middle of math class what team they made, and the rest of their school day may be disrupted because of that. Or you may not know, and you want to go and buy some balloons and do a reveal for them, and you won't know because the email went to them. So please make sure that the email file is the one that you want their tryout. If you have at some point unsubscribed, then you would not get your email. So please do not call the office regarding your athlete's placement. They're just the messenger. They can't help you. Even if you just want to vent for a minute, they still can't help you. Please send your kids to the first practice, and if something doesn't seem right, you can email us, and we'll discuss that. And I'll talk about that more in a minute. Like I said before, we follow the Cobb County school calendar for holiday breaks and school closures. We do not honor winter break in February, since it's like right in the middle of the competition season. Stunt camp sessions will be released with the team placement email. Yes, there are fundraising opportunities throughout the course of the season. So make sure you're subscribed to the email blast to get that stuff. All right. So I'm going to take a really quick breath. And this is the important piece right here. So we need to make sure that we're going through this. I'm going to spend a lot of time on the detail here. So name, this is the person trying out. The parent name, this is going to be the parent that's going to be the communicating parent that we deal with most of the time. The date of birth. So really important that we know the correct day, because if somebody they have a 2011 birthday, they may be, and I'm just making up a day, but they may be eligible for multiple age groups. So we need to make sure that they are in the correct age group. And then also, what is their age? Your parent's cell phone number, what school and grade they will be in next year. So if somebody's in the 5th grade right now and they're going to be going to middle school next year, and they're going to be in the 6th grade, please make sure that it is where they're going to be for next year. Parent email, pretty self-explanatory. The email that I have on file to make sure that we know everything that's going on. Do you cheer for school? Please circle the correct one, yes or no. And if yes, where do you cheer? I cheer at ABC High School. So, and I cheer ABC High School football sideline only. So some people will cheer competition, football, game day, basketball. There's a lot of different things. So it's important for us to know where you are cheering. Please circle the positions that you are trying out for. A flyer, a side base, a main base, a back spot, tumbler, any of them. I'm cool. I just want to make the team. I'm going to do whatever That would be any position. Or I can fly and I can back spot, circle them both. If I don't like stunning, I don't want to stunt, I'm just trying out as a tumbler, circle that. Are you willing to accept other positions? Yes or no? So please be honest on all of this stuff. So if, for example, if you circle that I'm trying out as a flyer, there's not a flyer spot on this level 4 team, you are not willing to accept another position, we will not put you on that level 4 team to base or back spot because you will not accept another position. Those people tend to quit, and we want to try to filter that out before we actually build teams. So please circle the levels that you are trying out for. 1, 2, 3, 4.2, so on and so forth. Are you willing to accept a placement on other levels? Yes or no? Again, please be honest. If no, please circle what levels you will accept. So I'm trying out level 4. I'm cool to be on level 3, but I'm not cool to be on level 2. Let us know that. If we are unable to place you at this level, you will not be placed on a team. Parents, we need y'all to sign that. He's hogtied. Please sign that so that we understand. So that what this means is if you are, I'm only going to cheer on a level 4 team because I'm a level 4 kid. I only want to be on a level 4 team. That is the end of it. I will not be on any other level. We will not place you on a level 3 team. We will not place you on a team because if there's not a spot for you on a level 4 team. I want to make sure that everybody understands that. The issue is if we put you on the level 3 team and then you quit immediately, then there are people that did not make that level 3 team that would love that spot. So we want to make sure that the people, when we put somebody on a team in a spot, that they are going to want that spot. So if you're not going to be happy basing on a level 3 team, then let us know so we don't put you as a base on a level 3 team and then you end up quitting and we told somebody else that they could not make that team. Please list the reasons why you would not accept a team placement. So whatever that would be. And then is there anything we should know while considering team placement? We do not build teams based off of carpool schedules. I can only practice on Tuesday, those kind of things. So you can list, I can't practice on a certain day of the week. We will do our best to honor that, but just that might be the thing that is where you have to kind of decide whether they can cheer or not cheer if there's a conflict there. Below that, please list your last 3 years of cheer experience by year, level, and program and skills. So last year, which is right now, this current season, that's going to be the block on the left. And then 2 years ago, however that works, will be the block on the right. So I was on the Stingray Allstars. I was on Confetti. That was level 22. I performed a hippity hop and a whoop-de-doo, and the tumbling performed was none. Okay. And then you do that for the year before and then the year before that. So please be descriptive. I was on Stingray's Marietta team red, which was level 2. I did the level 2 elite sequence, which was a TikTok, a quarter up, a this, and I did standing back handspring, and I did standing back walkover back handspring. That would be what you would put in that type of thing. So please be descriptive there because we will use that information to see what they are, what their skills they've done in the routine and so forth. The part down here where it says staff use only, don't write in that. That's for the staff. All right. So this is this is what the coaches are going to be looking at. We're going to take a picture and we're going to put it over here on the right-hand side of the, we're going to cover up the parent name, the parent with the picture, but then we're going to go through and there's going to be a lot of information that is on here. Again, please be honest. I know that a lot of people have the preconceived notion that if you say that you don't want to do something, then that will give a negative impression and then it may cancel you from everything. That is not the case. We want you to be honest. So if you only want to be a flyer, on a level 5 team, and that's the only place that you're going to be happy, then let us know. And then if you do not make a flyer spot on that level 5 team, then we won't put you on a team to take that spot away from somebody else. We want to make that super abundantly clear. It is very difficult when the amount of time that we put together building these teams, and then we send an email, and then before the email has even reached everybody on the team, there's somebody emailing back that we're not going to take that spot because she should be on a different particular level. And if we know that up front, then we can avoid that step. All right, next.
Do you want questions now or later?
Well, I'm going to go through my group of frequently asked questions, and then, or is it a question about the tryout form?
Could be.
What names do you list both of the
Yes.
okay, and then there's flyers and their tryout process,
Okay.
which you should answer.
I
as
can,
well.
I can answer that one right now.
Okay, go ahead.
What's
When it
the,
comes to All-Star Flyers, how will their tryouts be? Will it be set? What does that process look like?
are you talking about for Worlds, I guess?
It just flyers.
So for the Worlds flyer tryouts, then we have a stunt sequence that we'll have them do, and the coaches will judge them and video them, and then they will get one of a couple different answers. One is yes, you will be considered as a flyer for a Worlds team. No, you will not be considered as a flyer for a Worlds team. Neither one of those answers dictate or will not make a Worlds team. So yes, you'll be considered as a Worlds team, but you still may not make a team. No, you will not be considered a flyer because we think you're going to do a way better job as a back spot, and you're going to team as a back spot, but not as a flyer. So there's neither one of them dictate you do or do not make the team. If you are a flyer on a non-Worlds team, we will not stun at tryouts, and we will look at body positions while you're at the tryout, but we will also use this information in the blocks down below, and we will go and look on flow cheer and watch you fly in the routine from last year. So, which is going to segue me into my my personal frequently asked questions that I feel like I've got a lot, but we'll see. So tryouts work. We're going to watch them stunt and tumble in small groups. We try to make our tryouts as laid back and comfortable as possible. This shouldn't be a day where they are stressed out. So we want to have them have fun, have an easy, relaxed atmosphere. So the gym is probably the least full of any day. Like I just said, Worlds tryouts will not. My child is between levels. Which levels should they attend? Nowadays, technique is the most important thing. So you should go to the level where they are more technically sound. For example, a perfect tuck versus an average layout should probably go to level 3. Remember, tryouts is in tryout is 1 day of 365. And so we have a lot more competition days and we have a lot more practice days than we actually do a tryout reveal day. So it's way better to have happier competition and practice days than it is an actual trial day. My child doesn't have level 4 tumbling, but was on a level 4 team as a back spot last year. I just made that it could be on this question. How will she be able to showcase her stunning ability? She showed us on her trial packet what she did last year, because down here in the 24-25 season, she was a back spot on a level 4 team, and she backed the TikToks, the full ups, and the switch ups. And we can also watch her video on FlowCheer because we know what program and team and level she was on. What skills should my child do at tryouts? Everyone needs to do their cleanest skills, and cleanest is in bold, all caps, underlined, italicized, and every other way that I can say that. Nowadays, the judges are looking at drivers, which dictate how high we score. So somebody's back handspring with their feet apart is not going to score as well as somebody's back handspring with their feet completely glued together. So that's what the coaches look at. That's what the judges. That's how we're going to pick our teams. There is a skill list that we touched on a minute ago that's a couple pages up in the trial packet, so you can check that to see what's kind of where your child fits. Last year, my daughter did not tumble in the routine, but has improved her tumbling to a higher level. Is it possible for her to move up to a higher level? Yes. We like to see what skills they have done on previous teams, but we also like to see where they are now. When choreography happened last July, she may have rolled her ankle and was unable to tumble when choreography happened. It took a couple months for it to heal. By that time, we're in competition season and the team was meeting their numbers, so they may have not have tumbled her in the routine for whatever reason, but her tumbling has progressed. So we want to see what they can do now and what they did last year. I am interested in being on 4.2. Do I come to level 4 or to level 2 tryouts? You're going to come to level 2 because that's the tumbling that you are going to be demonstrating. Will you offer the new junior and youth flex divisions? For those of you who don't know what a flex division is, they changed the age grid a little bit from the normal youth and juniors to expand it to a little bit younger and a little bit older on each end to make the divisions a little bit more age eligible, I guess, people on those teams. We are going to look at every single division that is possible when we build our teams. And if it works with our numbers and levels, et cetera, then we may have one. We won't know until we actually get in and start building our teams. If you have a flex division, and I do not want my daughter on that team, how do I let you know? Please write it on the tryout form under the section that says, is there anything we should know when considering team placement? We are driving from 45 minutes away. I need to be in a carpool with my friend. We do not base teams off of carpools. So you and your friend may not be on the same team and may not practice on the same night. However, there are several Facebook groups that set up carpools from around Atlanta. So there is going to be someone at your school that you don't even know that is practicing on the same night as you. And there are plenty of carpools. I would just ask in the family Facebook group who's coming from your section of town and then on what nights. And then I've seen that happen numerous times. My child is youth age, but she is really mature. I really want her to be with older kids. Okay, you can designate that you would only consider a junior team, but just keep in mind, if she does not make a junior team, then she will not be placed on a youth team. Does everyone make a team? No, we try to do the best that we can, but we do not have the ability to do that anymore. We cannot guarantee everyone a spot on teams. If we are trying out for full year elite, is there a possibility that she will be placed on full year non-tumble, non-travel, not non-tumble, non-travel? Yes. If the coaches do not feel an athlete is ready for the full year elite, we will suggest full year non-travel. Is there a sibling discount? Yes. 10% off of the second athlete for the full year programs. If someone is on full year elite and full year non-travel, then the discount is on the full year non-travel. What if I can't make it to the tryout day for my age and level? We really need you to come in on the tryout day for your age and level, if at all possible. It really does make it easier on the coaches, and it makes it more fair and better opportunity for your child. The reality is there is recency bias to what the coaches see when we are watching tryouts versus a video versus someone coming in 3 weeks early. It's really hard. It's really difficult to see unless they're there. If for whatever reason you cannot make it, then please contact the office and we will do our best to schedule something for you for an early tryout, not a late tryout. If I want to be considered for elite and full year non-travel, what should I register for? Please register for the elite, and then you can write on your tryout packet that you would also be open to full year non-travel. How many tryout workouts can I attend? Can I attend more than one workout? You can only attend one workout. Can I sign up for a workout if I have not signed up for tryouts? No. We need you to sign up for tryouts first and then to be able to attend a workout. Is the tryout fee refundable if we decide not to try out? Yes. Just let us know before tryouts, please. If I'm going to try out for a world's team and I do not make a world's team, do I have to pay again to try out for the summit? No, you do not. If I'm trying out for worlds and I don't make it, do I have to come back in for another tryout? Yes. For the same reasons that we want people to come in on their the regularly scheduled days. The summit coaches and the world's coaches, there are crossover, but there's not all the same. So we want everybody to be able to see you in person. And I know that's stressful and it's but it really does create a better experience for the kids. Will you have a specific division? Fill in whatever division that you are curious about. Every year we evaluate what will create the best possible teams that we can make. So this will sometimes result in new divisions, new teams, team names, things like that. So this year we have one junior 3, correct? But I think 3 years ago we had 3 junior 3 teams. So it really depends on where the groupings of people are and how things work, and just kind of the way that it works itself out. So there are certain factors that go into it, and the number of ages of a certain age, number of people that are in a certain age group, those kind of things. So it really is a giant puzzle trying to put everything together. Can I turn in my tryout form the day of? We do accept walk-ins. However, the office would really love if you would turn it in early, because it's very stressful and the line gets out the door when we're trying to take a picture, turn in the tryout form, and do all that kind of stuff on tryout day. So it really helps us with the planning if you can get it in before actual trial day. When is the last day that I can sign up for tryouts? And for the summit folks, it's going to be May 17th during the 4, 5, and 6 tryouts. So that's the last time that you can try out. We'll, as soon as the last person tries out that day, we will start building the teams, and then it is shut down at that point. If I think we answered this one already, but we'll get a little bit more specific. If they want to be considered for level 3 or 4, should they come to the level 4 to 6 all ages tryout, or level 1 to 3 on the different day? The answer is come to the level that you would like to make the most. So if they're cool with either 3 or 4, but they really want to be a level 4 team, then come to the level 4 tryout. Just remember, we're looking for the best, cleanest, most confident skills.
Will you say all of that again? There's a lot of questions about what you just said.
This
say exactly what you just said.
Okay. All right. Going over that again. If I want to be considered for either a level 3 or a level 4 team, come to the level that you would like to make the most. I see that these are on 2 different days. So just remember that we are looking for the cleanest, best skills that we can do. So if it's, and you can note on, are you willing to accept placement on other levels? Yes, I'm willing to be on level 3 and level 4. There you go. So that should cover everything. But remember, we're looking for the best skills. A good rule of thumb is if we have tryouts today, what can they compete tomorrow and get a good score? That's probably kind of the way things are set up these days. Next, we have a history with a certain coach. That would be a negative history. With a certain coach, how do we avoid being placed on that coach's team? Please email Roger, that's ROGER, no D in my first name, at stingrayallstars.com, and Ali, ALI, at stingrayallstars.com, and explaining your situation. It'll be confidential between the two of us. And then in the event that situation comes up at tryouts, then we will call you and discuss what options we have at that point. If your issue is with me, you do not have to email me. So you can just email Ali if it's about me. Okay. Will you have a non-tumbling worlds team? Non-tumbling isn't really our goal. However, we always consider every division when we're building our teams. But keep in mind, there are plenty of kids on our worlds teams that do not tumble. So just because someone doesn't tumble at the world level doesn't necessarily mean that that they will not make a team. So their routine may be non-tumbling, but we're really probably not going to do a non-tumbling team. It just doesn't fit into the way that we do things here. What should I wear to tryouts? We talked about this. Normal athletic wear, and please wear cheer shoes. Will there be any other parent meetings for tryouts? Yes, we will have meetings during the workouts leading into tryouts, and we'll go over a lot of the same information again, how you're going to find out what team you make, all that type of thing. If we do not like the team that we are selected for, what do we do? Well, we don't do retryouts. So kids will for sure come in and be nervous, and then they will have a bad day. It does happen. They are able to do whatever skill I'm going to pick a round of handspring tuck. They busted a couple times and it's out of character for them. They can do it however many times they need to. We want to make sure that each kid feels like when they leave here that they did everything that they have the ability to do and feel good about it. We don't want anybody to be so stressed out that they can't perform to the best of their ability. But we're not going to do a retryout the next week. Hey, she made level 3 team, but she really has a double full. Can we try her out for the level 6 team because her friend made level 6? No, we're not going to do that. So if they want to try out for the level 6, have them throw the double full on tryout day. And then we don't do retryouts, and if you're not satisfied with your team placement, we'll be happy to discuss area where we feel like your athlete can improve. If you do not want to be on that team, then we can pull you off of that team, and then we can discuss being on the wait list for later in the season if a spot does open up. I do not recommend that because you might live on the wait list for an entire year. Good chance you'll live on the wait list for an entire year. So, I do not recommend that. But also, if you try out for a team and you are picked for the team and then you decline your spot, you will not get a refund of the tryout fee, the first installment, any of that stuff. If you say, hey, I want to try out for periwinkle only, I only want to be on it is periwinkle or bust. That is my life stream to be on periwinkle. I'm not going to be on anything else, and we do not place you on periwinkle, then you would get your first installment refunded back to you. So keep that in mind too. It's more expensive to quit the team. Okay, almost to the end of my frequently asked questions. My friend and I have the same skills. Why did she make a higher level team than me? Well, not all athletes and skills are created equal. While you and your friend may have the same skills, y'all may not be playing the same position. She's a back spot, you're a base. She's a flyer, you're a back spot. Who knows? Whatever. And the skills may not have the same technique. So yes, they were both layouts, but this one looked like an Olympic gymnast. This other one did not. So that may be the reason there. This can lead to different teams. And then last, will the competition schedule be the same as last year? No, we are definitely making changes. We had a meeting earlier this week to talk about different options. There are a bunch of different options that we have laid out, and we will going to marinate on that for a little bit and make sure that we do the right thing, but we will release the changes in early June as to what we are doing. So that is it for my frequently asked questions. Can I unshare the screen and then I can just, unless somebody has a question about that. And I guess I could have done that, right? All right.
Okay.
Hey, do you want to do this interview style? Emily's going to interview me. She's going to ask the questions and I'm going to just talk to the screen.
Now, for this interview, would you like me to read off questions that you have previously answered? Talk loud. Or do you want me to skip over those because they've already been answered?
You know what? We can just keep going. Read them
all.
We'll just read them all, and then that way, it's probably okay to say things a couple times. So
okay, we are moving to Atlanta this summer. I was told we could do a remote tryout. How does that work?
We would really like to not do video tryouts. It just makes it really hard to watch kids on video because we don't know if that round of handspring tuck was done right then or 6 months ago or 2 years ago. It's hard to see everything about them. So we would love to have you here in person. We are going to discuss a Zoom option, but that is going to be determined.
Good. If we pay the first down payment to sign up for tryouts and my kid gets cut from the World's tryout, will that payment be returned?
Yes. So if they do not make a World's team, then the first installment will be refunded back to you if they do not want to try out for the 17. If it's just a World's team only, that's all I want to do, and they don't make it, then we will refund the first installment minus the actual tryout fee. So whether that's the $50, the $75, or the $100, whichever, depending on whatever you try out or you signed up for tryouts.
Where do we place high school seasons at, on the back or below the All-Star seasons on the tryout form? Do you want that information?
Say it again.
So I did high school cheerleading. Do I list that on my previous years of experience? And if so, where?
If all you have is high school cheerleading experience, then yes, go ahead and list that. If you have all-star and high school, then we're going to be interested in the all-star experience.
All right. Is it possible that they go on level 3 tryout, but could make a higher level?
It is possible to make a higher level tryout than what you try out for. It really just depends on where. This is what happens. Since we're going to use level 3, we get into the level 4 teams. We're building level 4 teams, and we're at a certain number, and we really need a back spot. They may go and look at who's on the level 3 teams to pull that one back spot in. So it's very situational.
So here's a hypothetical for you. It's not listed. If I say I am trying out for level 3 and I will only accept placement on level 3, but then I might be the chosen one pulled up to level 4 to be a back spot, do I need to circle everything above? Or if I say I'm level 3 only, you won't pull me up to a higher level?
If you are circling level 3 only, we will only consider you for level 3. So if you want to be open to higher levels, then I would circle the higher levels.
Perfect. All right. How do we fill out the section on form of past performances if we were in gymnastics? Just list tumbling done each year?
Just list tumbling.
I think the same would be for this is your first year of all-star cheerleading, you're trying out for full year non-travel.
Right. No experience. We've never cheered before, which is A-okay.
What level is the non-travel cheer program?
The non-travel this year, we had level 2.2 junior or youth, junior. Level 1.1 youth, and then a
tiny novice.
And it'll depend on, we had 3 teams this year. We could have 2, we could have 5. It really just depends on the numbers and where the kids sit as far as their skills.
The highest level for full year non-travel would be 3.2.
The highest level for full year non-travel is 3.2.
All right. What does the tryout look like for tiny cheerleaders, a 4 and a 5-year-old?
They're going to come in. They're going to do the same thing. We're going to teach them some motions, and we're going to watch their jumps, watch their what tumbling ability they have. They may not have any. It could be a forward roll, it could be a cartwheel, whatever they can do, and then we will place them based off that information.
Is there a list of stunt names somewhere to reference so we know what to put on the form? I would say ask your athlete.
I would ask your athlete. If the question is there a list of stunt names somewhere to know what to put on the form? I would ask your kid what they did.
What is a flex division?
Flex division is the junior and youth. There's the normal divisions, and they went a year older and a year younger on both of those to make it a little bit wider group of ages to fit in. Some gyms feel like that they need older kids to be able to field a team. So.
All right. If we try out for level 3 and don't make a level 3, will you be placed on a level 2?
If you try out for level 3 and you do not make level 3, will you be placed on level 2? If you circle that you will accept a level 2 spot. If you do not circle level 2, you will not be placed on a level 2 team.
All right. Where is travel at for travel teams? Is every competition a travel or some local too?
So for the full year elite program, we have travel. This past season, we traveled to Indianapolis and to Orlando for our world's teams, and to Dallas, Texas with everybody. And then the end of the year, I think we have a group going to New Orleans, a group going to Tampa, and then everybody else is going to Orlando for the end of the year events. Next year, we're looking at some different locations, but there are also a few competitions here in Atlanta that we do attend. So we have a mixture of home events and away.
So that's for elite. For prep or the full year non-travel, that's only local to Atlanta.
Yeah, full year non-travel, we try to keep it within a 3-hour radius.
All right, this is going to test my ability, a little tongue twister. Could someone please definitively define the difference between youth and junior? So pull up the age grid.
So there's a lot of overlap between
It's in the tryout packet that you can reference.
The ages kind of it doesn't stack like this. So this isn't youth and this is junior. It's more like this these days. So people can definitely be eligible. excuse me, can definitely be eligible for, they may be eligible for many youth and juniors. So looking at youth, the first year that you're eligible to be on youth is if you're born in 2018. And then the first year that you're eligible to be on junior is 2017. So there's just a 1 year difference between the two of those. But then on the next, basically the easiest way to look at it is 6th grade is like the oldest youth kid, and then 10th grade is the oldest junior kid. It's kind of, that's not exact, but that's an easiest way to look at it. So
Okay, if I circle flyer and tumbler, is there a chance that they would be placed as only a flyer or only a tumbler? She would prefer to be incorporated into as many elements as possible.
If you circle flyer and tumbler, and is it possible that they would only fly or only tumble in the routine? Yes. Once the team gets built and the routine starts getting built, then it's really where people need to go to be able to make sure that we're hitting the score sheet, and that'll be determined down the road once they start getting the routine put together.
Okay. And what about level 4.2? Which day?
Level 4.2, you're going to come to the level 2 tryout,
which is on Friday the 16th.
Friday the 16th.
If we have higher tumbling, but not having much of a chance at a previous gym to stunt your levels, smaller gym, would they still try out for their highest level tumbling?
Yes. Still, if you have higher tumbling level than you do the higher tumbling level, but still list out what your skills are. So there's still teaching that happens. There's still coaching and teaching kids how to do various skills. So that absolutely is totally cool.
All right. Is tryout day tumbling and stunting?
For tryout day will be tumbling and stunting for the world's kids, and it will not be for the summit and youth kids. Like as we said, looking at previous experience and being able to watch their videos from previous teams will be able to let us know what their stunning experience is.
And they will stun a little bit at the workouts.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be a little stunting happening at the summit workouts, but not on tryout day.
All right. This housing, does anyone have contact for help with this?
So we do not set up housing for athletes that are moving here from out of state. However, with that being said, there are a ton of athletes that have moved into Atlanta to on their own to cheer, and there is a lot of different housing options. We are not allowed legally to be able to be involved in that. So my recommendation is ask some folks in the family Facebook, or find some kids that have moved into Atlanta to cheer and ask them what they did. There are some people that have hosted kids before and it's worked out great, and they may or may not want to do it again, but there is that is completely handled by the athlete. Also, depending on your age, there is some student housing that happens at Kennesaw State that you don't actually have to be a student to live there. So I don't know a whole lot about that, but I know that is an option too.
All right. Can you reshare the tryout dates?
Yes.
Worlds is on Monday, May 12th, and Tuesday, May 13th. There you go.
World tryouts for our May 12th and 13th, May 12th or 13th. It's one of those 2 days. And then summit workouts. Oh my goodness. Full year non-travel tryouts are May 15th. 11 and under all levels are also May 15th. Levels 1 through 3 are the 16th, and levels 4 through 6 are the 17th.
So if you are 11 and under, trying out for levels 1, 2, or 3, that'll be on the 15th. Mm-hmm. Then you are 12 and older, trying out for levels 1, 2, and 3. That's on
the 16th.
Yep. And then 4, 5, and 6. Doesn't matter if you are 8 years old. Come on down on the 17th.
On the 17th, yes.
Okay. All of that listed in the tryout packet online.
Yep.
All right.
It looks like this page right here.
All right. Got a periwinkle shout out. All right. If instead of elite, the athlete is placed on a full year non-travel, is that installment payment difference refunded or credited towards your next installment?
It'll be credited to the next installment. If you hopefully everybody can hear what Emily's saying. If you try out for elite but get moved to full year non-travel, would the difference in the payment be credited to your account? The answer is yes.
All right. Should the athlete that is trying out for Worlds also sign up for the summit at the same time as backup?
That's the office question.
Okay.
They should just wait, right?
Yes, they should just wait.
So if you're trying out for Worlds and you are unsure if you're going to make a Worlds team, and should you sign up for Worlds and Summit at the same time? No, wait until after the Worlds results and then sign up for the Summit tryouts.
But I think if the slots are full, we'll make exceptions, right?
Yeah. So if you do not get placed on a Worlds team, the office will send you the email saying you are not placed on a Worlds team, and here are the next steps. Those steps will include emailing or calling the office if you are interested in the summit, or replying to the email, and we will credit you back the first installment if you're not interested in being on a summit team.
There we go.
Cross that bridge when you get there, kind of thing. All right. If we plan to try out for levels 4.2 and 3, do I go to both tryouts? If so, what times do both of them start? So 4.2 and 3 would be on the same day, and you would choose your time.
4.2 and level 3 are on the same day, and then you just choose your time, which you're going out for, and just make sure that you are circling that you are trying out for level 3 and level 4.2.
If you have high level stunting but a lower level tumbling, can you still make a team?
Absolutely. You can make a team if you have higher level stunting and lower level tumbling, no tumbling. So like I said previously, there are people that are on teams that do not have the level of tumbling that is the same as their team. So it really is based off of their position that they're playing, I guess is the best word, the position that they're cheering. Anyway, so that would be the answer to that question is yes. Sorry.
What if you did different skills on your high school competition team than at Stingrays? Can you list those? For example, she was a flyer on high school, but not at Stingrays.
If you flew on your high school but did not fly at Stingrays and you would like to have that listed, you can, yes. You can just write that next to the box where you're writing your skills.
All right. My daughter trained all last season. Advice for what skills/info to put on her tryout form. I assume that means she was not on a team, just trained.
Yeah. So if you took a year off to work on tumbling, just write that in a little box and what skills that you worked on. And if you say they've never cheered before, but just have been coming to the gym and tumbling and worked up through the skills, you can just write that in the box as far as what you've done.
All right. We're trying out for 4.2, but we have higher level tumbling skills wanting to be considered if not placed on 4.2. Are they able to show that during the level 2 tryout time or needing to do more than one slot?
You're only going to, if you're trying out for level 4.2, but also want to be considered for a higher level team, then you would need to go to the tryout of the team that you or the level that you want to make the most. You're only going to go to one tryout. So you're not going to go to the level 2 tryout, then the level 5 tryout, let's just say. So you're just going to go to whichever tryout that you think, and then you will show those skills. And then, but also just make sure on your form that you want to be considered for 4.2 and level X, whatever that level may be.
Okay. If my child is 9, born in 2015 in 4th grade, what determines if she's placed on a youth or a junior team?
If your child is 9, they're born in 2000, what year? 15. What determines whether they are placed on a youth or a junior team? It really depends on when we get in and start building the teams and what level, what position that person is, how they fit when we're building the teams. So we have to make stunt groups that work, and we have to make tumbling that meets numbers and all that kind of stuff. So whatever the best combination is, if you do not want them to be considered for a junior team, you can absolutely write that.
All right. So if a flyer joined a team late last season and then therefore was not in their elite stunt, how would you be able to showcase your stunt ability outside of what is on the tryout form? So I wasn't able to do all of my capabilities in my stunt last year. How should I list that?
So just you could write that and write what you have competed in the past. If you cheered prior to joining the team last year, if you are, there's also going to be some stunt clinics and things that Christian and Garrett and the stunt guys are going to be doing that you can also go there to be able to show what your abilities are.
All right. Are there separate days for stunt skill evaluations this year as part of trials? There's a basing clinic where they are evaluating.
There will be a basing clinic that the stunt folks are going to do to be able to evaluate stunting abilities. Do we know when that date is yet?
Not if it's listed on the portal, I believe. It will say basing, but there are flyer spots open. It will start on a wait list first. It's not a guarantee that you have to go to this thing. If you don't go, it's not like you won't make a team. That's my spiel.
Hopefully everybody could hear what Emily said because I can't repeat that.
Okay, this question is, are boys the same price? Senior age boys have a...
There is a boy rate for senior age boys. So you will just need to call the office to speak with them on how that is set up. So when you go in and sign up, it charges you the same amount. So you'll need to call and speak with Emily.
All right. Will summit workout camps count for flyers for tryouts?
So the question is, will summit workouts count as
For flyers as tryouts?
Will count for flyers as tryouts? Yeah. So the coaches during the workouts are going to be watching people do flying and tumbling and all that kind of stuff. So all of that will get factored into when we're picking the teams.
All right. Do you have a lot of non-world's age kids who travel far to come, like 3 hours?
I don't know where everybody comes from, but we do have several people that have traveled 2 and 3 hours from out of state. We've had people that flew into practices and would fly home. A girl that flew from Nashville, Tennessee, every practice. She worked for Delta, or her parents worked for Delta, so that made it easy. But yeah, there's definitely people that travel. We've had people that drive in from as far south, every single practice as far south that I know of as Tifton, Georgia, from South Carolina, from Nashville, Tennessee, and from Birmingham, Alabama. So there is definitely people that drive a good ways, one way to come to our practices. And I do believe that is across all the levels.
Do they need to have videos of their skills at tryouts?
No, you do not need to have videos of your skills at tryouts. We're going to be looking at what they can do on that day and what they've actually competed in routines before.
All right. How do we try out then for stunt and tumble? I assume that is in response to an answer of no.
Yeah, so we're the first way that we can pick teams, and the easiest way to pick to differentiate people is by their tumbling skills. So we first look at their tumbling, and that's the way that the levels are set up, right? So then the stunt skills are also adjusted per every single level. But we want to look at the tumbling skills first. Then that is why we have on that form what you've done in the past, so that, and obviously not everybody tumbles, and that is a-okay. They are still a huge part of of these routines. So they're just not in the tumbling section. So they, if they've been on a level 4 team and they want to be on a level 4 team, but they don't have level 4 tumbling, that's cool. They can come to level 4 tryout. They list what skills they've done in the past stunt wise, and that's how we can go from there. And they'll be able to show that during these workouts as well. And I think we're going about an hour and 10 minutes now, so we probably need to wrap this up super quick.
3 left.
3 questions left.
All right. Will they have to choose a level at the summit tryout workout? So, for example, she stunts higher than her tumbling level. So would she choose a floor and go there for workouts?
So when we do the workouts, we'll break up into tumbling, and then they'll bring them back in to do the stunting. So they'll go to wherever they tumbled first, and then they can show their stunting abilities.
Okay. If my son wants to try out for Worlds as an international open athlete, but he can only do level 4 skills, does he go to the all age level 4 tryout or just Worlds tryout?
If he's international open, he needs to come to the Worlds tryout, because we do not have open level 4 teams. So the kids that are trying out for the open age. So if you're 19 and older, then you would need to come to the World Tryouts. We don't have teams for 19 and older below World's teams.
What are some situations where an athlete would be asked to do full year non-travel instead of elite?
So a situation where a kid would be asked to do full year non-travel versus elite would say they are a youth kid, a youth age kid. So maybe they're third grade and their back walkover is not to the level that it needs to be on a full year team. So it might be their first year ever cheering. They've kind of learned, picked up a back walkover. We feel like that the skill level might be a little bit too high on the elite team. So then we would recommend going to the full year non-travel to be a little bit more of that speed.
All right. Will it matter if you don't have all of the tumbling skills for the level you're trying out for?
Will it matter if you don't have all the tumbling skills of the level that you're trying out for? Obviously, if you have more skills, that's better. However, not every kid here has every single skill at every single level. That is absolutely not the case. So, again, just do the best and cleanest things that they can do. And there are kids that maybe have great running tumbling and not standing tumbling, or have great standing tumbling and not running tumbling, and those they do just fine because the team and the coaches work through that to make the routine the best that it can be. So again, that's going to be different for every level and every age, but it really gets in there. So no, the short answer is no, they do not have to have every single skill. Yes, it would be really nice if they did, because that's if there are two athletes that are identical and one of them has more tumbling skills, then that kid is probably going to make the team over the second kid. So
All right. The last one is a quick one. Is it appropriate for a back spot to attend a basing clinic? Yes, it is. At all levels can sign up for those.
yeah,
For
is it
all
appropriate?
positions.
Is it appropriate for a back spot to attend a basing clinic? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely appropriate for that.
That is all we have.
All right. So we're going to end that here in like 2 seconds. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me for the last hour or so. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, Roger, ROGER, at stingrayallstars.com. You can also email office at stingrayallstars.com, and we will get back with you as quick as we can on what your questions. And if you need to call, we can also talk to you as well. I am certain that we will do another one of these types of things as we get closer to tryouts to go over any more specific tryout questions. So until then, again, appreciate you taking the time and hanging with us today. And we will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.
Let's go Rays. Woo.